Good day and welcome to PCC News with Handsome Craig and Jolly Molly.
Just a word of caution before we begin that if each viewer does not take this broadcast seriously, as we strongly have recommended in the past, that a real laugh riot may break out right where you are.
Really?
Too soon?
Too soon.
Continue.
Although Plymouth Covenant Church has recently reopened its doors under the new CDC guidelines, the church shepherds have decided to extend its stay in cage order on all drummers, including Jake Dawes.
Very wise, that counsel. During the recent annual meeting, the shepherds stated that for the protection of our ears and a young woman who will remain nameless, we'll just call her PETA, we are extending the order for our drummers to remain isolated in his sound cage until further notice.
Bass player Mark Benson stated off the record that the worship team can no longer take on the risk of drums overpowering the rest of the band and infecting everyone else with a desire to play unbelievably loud. So, out of an abundance of caution, we're going to have the drummer under quarantine for another few years at least.
Dawes, among other drummers, will be asked to stay in the cage and isolated from the other musicians and especially the bass player. He will be fed through a small slot in the cage 3 times a day. The pastor will check on him throughout the week and make sure he has plenty of air holes.
Oh, that's wonderful.
In World Wrestling Entertainment news, they're not letting COVID-19 stop them from bringing the most epic event in wrestling history to viewers. Nearly 100 wrestlers participated in a Battle Royal main event last Saturday on Zoom, which was broadcast on pay-per-view. While there were only 16 wrestlers able to fit on a screen at a time, the screen changed every 30 seconds to reveal another batch of fighters. All wrestlers fought from the safety of their own homes, fighting in front of laptops and phone cameras. An exit poll by viewers unanimously agreed that the event was the most real wrestling match they had ever seen.
I'd like to check that out. Due to a recent spike in the COVID-19 cases, Americans in several states are readily adopting new social distancing measures that will guarantee that no one ever gets sick again. Well, wouldn't that be wonderful, Handsome?
I've heard about this.
Okay. California, New York, Michigan, Minnesota, and Washington state legislatures have all issued new orders to their citizens to indefinitely don a plastic hamster ball whenever they decide to travel outside their home. The human-sized hamster balls are made to be impervious to all foreign particles from the outside world, including viruses, bacteria, and oxygen? Did I read that right, Hanson? Oxygen.
It's really more of a statement than a question. You treated it like a question.
I'm concerned about this new
Yes, it protects
measure.
everyone from the outside world. What comes with viruses, bacteria, and oxygen?
I need to breathe.
Oxygen. Don't question the hamster ball.
I'm sorry.
Don't question the hamster ball. The hollow safety spheres are creating a stir, and cities are quickly scrambling to invent new traffic codes and install tracks along the roads that cars were once allowed to travel in order to minimize collisions and the occasional hamster ball getting stuck in a culvert or sliding off into a ditch.
I'm glad they have considered that part of the hamster ball, but if we can't breathe, that's going to be pointless, Handsome. Have I missed something?
Reporters, like ourselves, anchors, share the news, not our opinions.
It is very challenging for me.
So unprofessional.
I am a feeler. Citizens will have to travel to the local pet stores. Pet stores? I'm sorry.
Read the news.
Citizens will have to travel to the local pet stores to purchase the safety spheres. Guidelines state that there is a grace period until everyone is able to pick one up. You can walk into a store with a mask, but you have to roll out in a safety sphere, declared Governor Tim Walz.
At noontime, it was unclear if the order would cease to be necessary at some point, or if this was just how things have to be from now on.
Oh my. Amazon has opened its new Predestination Prime for signups, a handy new subscription service that sends you the things you were predestined to order from eternity past. Rather than waiting for you to place an order, Amazon will consult its omniscient archives licensed from the Most High and discover what it was that you were predestined to order. Then you'll automatically be charged for the products before they're shipped to your door.
The company assured customers that the company isn't just shipping you random stuff to make more money, but that you'll only get things that God looked down the corridor of time and saw you would have no choice but to order. Whether that's a Blu-ray box set of the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy or an essential oils case, because who wants to carry essential oils in a generic container as you would with any other product?
The service will also nail up to 95 product receipts to your door, sources confirmed. You also can't sign up for Predestination Prime. Members who have been chosen for the mandatory service will be notified by email.
In other Amazon news, the company has also issued a new option of shipping camouflaged boxes so that you can order things without your spouse looking out on the doorstep or arriving home from work to realize you ordered another bunch of stuff on Amazon.
That will come in handsome. Handy handsome is what I meant to say. It will be handy handsome.
Will not come in handsome.
It will be handsome if it saves you from seeing what I've ordered for you. Okay, the boxes are disguised as potted plants, rocks, lawn furniture, and other common items your spouse, why are you laughing at me? Spouse won't know a thing.
We take a month off, and
so your
suddenly
spouse
we are
won't know a
so
thing.
Unprofessional.
Okay, my bad.
The new boxes are guaranteed to reduce marital arguments about how many large Amazon orders you placed almost immediately. Just select the new spousal disguise option at checkout, and your completely undetectable Amazon package will be on its way. Now, according to Amazon, if your spouse discovers the box before you have the chance to sneak it inside and stash it in the closet or garage, your next order is on them.
Ooh. The Pentecostal Church of Pine River announced last week that they would be holding drive-in Sunday services, but all participants will be required to have hydraulics installed on their cars. With the liberal use of hydraulics, Pentecostal drive-in services can have the same energy and wild jumping around that their normal in-person services have.
As the church held its service over the weekend, the fleet of worshipers' cars in the front of the building started slowly bouncing along to Holy Spirit. When the bridge of reckless love hit, the parking lot was bumping, with cars leaping from side to side, from front to back, as though an earthquake was ripping through the property.
Handsome, I think you need to visit that church. It just seems like you're enjoying it. You don't even... All right. A new experimental type of hydraulics will even allow the cars to roll around when the driver is truly moved by the Holy Spirit.
At Toronto, a Canadian police officer stopped a bank robber mid-crime, catching him just as he emerged from the vault with bags of cash. The officer stopped the criminal and sternly lectured him on the need to wear a mask before letting him go. The robber apologized for his indiscretion and pulled a bandana over his face before finally fleeing the scene.
Unbelievable.
What? Still too soon? It's Canada.
It just says Molly shakes her head.
It's Canada. There's never any crime in Canada.
I wasn't really listening. I'm just doing
or viruses.
What the script said.
A?
B? C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J.
Local man
That's
Dave
my part. Local man Dave Gurewitz is being called a heroic good shepherd after he demonstrated Christ-like love for his waffle fries by leaving the 99 waffle fries he already had to find the one that fell in the gap between the front seat and the center console in his car.
The Chick-fil-A waffle fry had tragically wandered off as Dave was trying to eat his meal in the car, falling into the crevice where fries suffer for all of eternity. I just did what anyone would do, Gurewitz told reporters later. If a man owns 100 waffle fries and one of them goes plummeting down the crack near his center console, will he not leave the 99 on the dashboard and go look for the one that fell away?
Wow, preach it, handsome. While Gurewitz was very happy with his giant pile of waffle fries to begin with, he was reportedly happier about the one that he found than the 99 that did not wander off. The waffle fry was welcomed back into the fold and baptized in Chick-fil-A sauce.
Had I not been baptized already, I might choose to be baptized in Chick-fil-A sauce myself.
Nice.
And finally in news, everyone has noticed that a local man by the name of David Barnhart is appallingly ignorant of the world around him. This is most emphasized in the way he never seems to react to current events with complete panic or despair, as if he doesn't understand how horrible things are.
Many credit Barnhart's ignorance to his Christian faith, the irrational belief that he is loved, that there is a happy ending to everything, and that the world is not just a random mess of awfulness.
Some of the people around Barnhart are planning an intervention to break through his religious faith and get him to understand the facts about the world.
You are passionate right now.
It's been a month.
Their hope is that eventually he'll react to all the terrible breaking news, not with an unsubstantiated belief that he and his family will be all right, but with the more educated reaction of perhaps wishing a meteor would come and destroy everything.
Come on, Dave. Get with it. We here at PCC News take the Bible very seriously, but do not take ourselves or this new cast very seriously at all, and neither should you.
We'd like to thank the Babylon Bee for their many story contributions and inspiration for this week's broadcast. And I would like to thank Handsome for his charismatic demeanor that has come out of nowhere.
On behalf of Jolly and myself, Handsome, remember that there is a time and a season for everything, and we believe that the season for laughter, dare I say laugh riots, has never been more important than now.
Why are you talking like that?